Hey guys, we're going to do section 6.5. Remember in chapter 6 I told you we're not doing much. We're only doing sections 1, 5, and 6, and then we're going to have a test. So we will get that in before break, okay? Before Christmas break. We have the rest of this week. We come back after Thanksgiving, and we have only 3 weeks. All right, put your name on there. Let's rock and roll. Okay, so brought my buddy. We're going to talk about triangles today and how the sides and the angles are related. Okay, if one side of a triangle is longer than another side, then the angle opposite the longer side is larger, okay, than the angle opposite the shorter side. Okay, so this side here is longer. This side BC is shorter. When we talk about the angle opposite, we're talking about the angle that opens up to that side. So if I'm talking about this right here, side BC, don't use that side, use the other two remaining sides. And they go together, and that's your angle. Okay, I'm going to move some stuff around. Okay, so if I go this angle right here, this angle opens up to that side, like you open it up. It's like a hinge. Right here at A is a hinge. This A is the angle opposite the side because it's the angle that controls how big that side is. Let me show you what I mean. If I have this right here, okay, this is my angle, down here is my angle. If the angle gets smaller, then this side is shorter. You could look at this side. Right now, this side is only this long. Okay, look at this angle right here. So this side is shorter. If I open and make this angle larger, as this angle here gets larger, then this side gets longer. Larger angle, longer side. Let's go the other way with that. Okay, so if here's a big old angle, big, large angle. Okay, I'm looking at this angle where the hinge is, and I'm looking at this side. This side is opposite of the angle. Okay, if I squish this closer together, closer, 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 then it gets smaller, shorter, smaller, larger angle, longer side. Okay, that's like the basics of it. So when we come back to our notes here then, if I want to go what angle is opposite of this short, because some of you guys will just see it. You'll go, well, geez, this is it right here. This is what's opposite. Angle A is opposite side BC. Okay? If you don't see it, okay, you just highlight the other two sides and see where they intersect. So there's only 3 sides on a triangle. If I'm talking about this side, the other 2 sides where they meet is the angle. So angle A is opposite the shorter side B. Okay? And then when I look at it again, I go, okay, the long side is this one. So now we're going to look at angle B is larger. Okay? So angle B is larger. It's opposite the long. Angle A is shorter, it's opposite, or angle A is smaller, it's opposite the shorter. So on this, I know that angle B is larger, right, because it's opposite the long. Angle B is larger. Angle A is smaller. Okay, so I could say which angle is bigger? Well, angle B, notice it's an angle symbol flat on the bottom, is larger than, okay, is bigger than angle A. Okay, so let's say it one more time. If one side of a triangle is longer than another side, so AC, length of AC is longer than another side, we're going to say BC. So if AC is longer, BC is shorter, then the angle opposite the longer side, angle B is opposite the long side, is larger than the angle opposite the short side, which is angle A. Okay, if one angle is larger than another angle, then the side opposite the larger angle, the side opposite the larger angle is longer, okay? Then the side opposite the larger angle is longer than the side opposite, okay, the smaller angle. Okay? If one angle of a triangle, so angle B is larger, angle B is large, and it's larger than another angle, angle A is small. Okay, angle B large, angle A small. Opposite angle B, it's the side it opens up to, because this is a hinge and these two sides are opened up wide. So opposite the large angle is the long side. Large angle, long side. Opposite the smaller angle, I'm saying angle A is smaller, so opposite of the smaller angle is the shorter side. So it goes large, large, small, small. Okay. Let's just look at a couple things real quick before we move on to the last theorem. So I want to go down to numbers 1 and 2. Okay. List the angles in order from the smallest to the largest. You have to follow the directions. Sometimes it goes large to small, so just pay attention to your directions. So that means if I'm going to go list the angles from small to large, so I need to look at the sides from short to long. Okay, I'm going from small to large, and I can still say small to large. You're just going short to long. Okay, so my longest side here, this is the longest. This is my shortest. And this one here, 18, is in the middle. So I'll call that the middle. So my long side is opposite the large angle. So long side goes to this angle. You're looking. These are the two sides that open up to this long side. So this has to be my large angle, angle M. Again, if you want to, take 2 pencils and think about that hinge. Okay, so you got the hinge right here. Wham, right? That's where it opens and shuts. And so it's this hinge at M, and since 30 is the longest, that means this has to be opened up the largest to make that 30-degree angle. So I'm going to erase what I wrote, and all I'm going to do is put large right here. and L. Okay? That's all I'm doing. Erase the rest. Now, this is my short side, right? This is my short side. 16 is short. So I highlight the other two sides and go, okay, those are the two sides that open up, right? This angle is opposite this side. So angle N has to be small. This is my smallest because it goes to the shortest. So I'll erase all that. Now remember, angle N is my small one. Okay, this one's my large. Okay, so that leaves left, I've got M and N, so L is my middle guy. Okay, so it lists from small to large, my smallest, angle N, my middle, angle L, okay, and my largest is angle M. Okay, there's that one. Then here, this next one, it says list the angles in order from small to large. Nope. Oh, that's dumb. List the angles on the sides. How about we don't list the angles, we list the sides. Okay, so let's go 87. The two sides that make 87 angle, that 87 degree angle, angle A, so that opens up to this third side right here. So this is my large angle. It opens up to the long side. Okay, let's go to my short one. You guys could scribble just like me with the pencil, right? And then erase it. So this is my smallest angle. So these are the two sides. Angle C is the smallest. So the side opposite that it opens up to is side AB. So this is my smallest, my shortest. How about I do shortest? Okay, short. So that leaves 72 left, 72 degrees, which opens up to side AC, which is the middle. You could say middle, you could say medium, whatever you want on that. So this time it says list the sides in order from small to large. So my shortest is this AB, the length or side, segment AB. That's my short. My middle is segment AC, and my longest is segment BC. Okay, so that gets you started on that. Okay, let's do the last thing. In order to have a triangle, two sides always have to be longer than a third side, always. So the sum of any two sides of a triangle must be larger than the third side. The sum of any two sides of a triangle must be larger than the third side. Okay? When we're adding their lengths together, two sides always have to be more than the third side. Okay, let's picture that real quick. Okay. If I have a triangle and one side is 10 long, until you've got another side 2 long and another side 6 long. Is it possible for those 3 sides to make a triangle? Envision this is a hinge and this is a hinge. You got this 6 guy here. Can this guy that's 6 long, is he going to go long? I've got 10 here. Okay, picture this. I've got 2 long, and I've got a side 6 long. This whole thing is 10 long. These are only 8 when added together. They can't even touch. If this is connected here at this hinge, and this is connected here at this hinge, these two sides can't even reach each other. What if I change this and make this 4? That's 4. Okay, this is 6. Well, they can touch, but there's not going to be enough to still make a triangle. It's going to be, if there were such thing, I'd say it's like a flat triangle. All they do is touch. Now, if I could get these two sides to be just a little bit longer, now I'm able to open up just a little bit, right? 4.1, 6, 10. Yep, I can make a triangle out of that. So when you're looking at a triangle, and if we ask if it's possible, two sides, any of the two sides has to be greater than the third side. Let's do a problem with that. Okay. A triangle, okay, let's just do this first. Decide if it's possible to make or construct a triangle with a given size. 4, 9, 10. I like to see this bottom one the longest. It's easier for me. Then I've got 9 and 4. 10 is my longest side. Can 9 and 4, are they longer than the 10? Yep. If you check the longest side, it's always the easiest. Because I know 4 and 10 is 14 is greater than 9. 10 and 9 is 19, it's greater than 4. Yes. If you just check the long one, it's always going to work. So this one I've got 18. This side's 18 long. I've got a side 8 and a side 9. Can I make a triangle out of that? So I know they have to be longer than the longest side, these two. 8 and 9 is 17. So if they were even flat, as low, like remember this is a hinge, they won't even reach the span of 18. This is no. This one we said was yes. Okay, let's do this one. Again, I like to put my long side here. It's easier for me to see. I've got a side 12, a side 5, and a side 7. Any two sides has to be greater than this third side. This is no. 12 equals 12. This would just be flat. There's not enough to make a triangle. And then the last one here, a triangle has one side that's 12 and another side that's 20. Let's put the 20 here. Okay, the long side on the bottom is easy again for me to see. I've got 12 as this side. Two sides, this side here has to be more than the 20. So 20 minus 12 is 8. So x has to be anything that's greater than an 8. Okay, x has to be greater than an 8. Now, if I make the long side here my x instead, and then I go 12 and 20, okay, if I add these two together, that gives me 32. This side here, if I made this side 32 long, again, this would be 12 plus 20 is 32. 32 would equal 32, and that would not be a triangle. But if I can make this side less than 32, it will be enough. So x has to be more than 8. That's when I subtract. But it has to be, on this one, less than the sum of them. So x has to be less than 32. I added for that. You could picture it. And it has to be, if I subtract them, 8. X has to be more than 8. Okay? So you could write it, x has to be greater than 8 and x has to be less than 32. Or you could put it all together in one statement. That x is the numbers between 8 and 32. Okay, that's it. We did it all. Oops, I wrote it over here. This way x is greater than 8 and x is less than 32. So x is between 8 and 32. You could look at my math to see what we did. Okay, good luck you guys. Hope you learned from it. Hope this is helpful.